everybody, BUCKSGEARBOX. Welcome to the table. Hey, and welcome back to the table, BUCKSGEARBOX. Today I've got an exciting little knife to talk about. This is the Protech Runt 5. Out the side, California legal automatic folding knife. And we'll get to the knife in just a minute, but there's a quick preview close-up of it. Here's what comes in the box. Now, I don't know for sure if everybody got this kind of box. What I'm seeing online is that most people have gotten the typical Protech box, which do I have one later on? Yeah, right here. Pardon me. Sorry about that. Which looks more like that. That's what I normally get a Protech in. But this one came this way. I got it at River's Edge Cutlery. And it came in this pretty fancy looking case. I'll show you right there. That's what I got. Flip it open here. Of course, it came in the little baggie that they always do. Also came in this nice cloth. And that's it. That's what was in the box. Pretty old school looking design there. Thought I would show you that just in case mine was a weirdo, because I haven't seen those cases around. I think they're older ones, but I don't know. Not too sure. Anyway, let's get back to the knife, because not much came in that aside from the fancy little coffin box. This is the Runt 5. Obviously, it's been through a lot of different generations, the Protech Runt. And this particular one is... I just lost my train of thought. This one is the reverse Tonto. Sorry, I'm a dummy. This is in 20 CV, which is really nice. Kind of a premium steel. My Malibu has that steel in it too. This is a 1.94 inch blade, which makes it legal to carry in California, even though it's an automatic knife, which is great news for people who are knife nuts who are living out in California or any other place that has some rules about blade length and what you can carry on your person. From what I understand, it's a little bit like Ohio used to be. It's not illegal to own certain types of knives. It's not legal to carry certain types of knives in California. This one apparently is legal to carry, which is great news. Again, 20 CV blade. This is a stone-washed finish, which is nice because it's going to kind of absorb scratch marks, and the scratch marks you do get are going to look like they kind of belong, right? Just over 5 inches total in length. This knife comes in a Warncliffe variant, which I really like the look of. I'd love to check one out sometime. I like that blade shape as well. To me, I really like these kinds of blade shapes, the reverse Tontos. I like regular Tontos as well, but these are very utility friendly, and opening packages is a snap with this little guy. So it's one of the reasons I like those kinds of blades for sure. I got blue aluminum. I really like this finish. It's kind of a smooth aluminum texture. Actually, there's no real texture. It just, whatever they do at Protech to make these smooth knives still feel kind of grippy and not slip out of your hand, it just feels right. There are also some different versions of this. There's some that actually have texturing that looks well, it doesn't look exactly like that, but there's this thumb ramp texturing right there. Some of them have little bumps that allow you to get a little bit more of a firm grip. But I really like this smooth, and I like the blue because I'm a big fan of blue. And yeah, so there's a texture on the thumb. It's very smooth, nice finish. Really dig how this thing looks. Right hand only, deep carry pocket clip. Something to be aware of for anyone who's left-handed. And yeah, you can only kind of carry this guy one way. But it's so small, I find that I can put it in just about any pocket and it fits great. Anyway, let's talk about, well, let's do some size comparisons. All right, here are some of the other smaller knives in my collection that I like to carry. There's the Wee Banter. Here is the Benchmade Tengu Flipper. They make a very small version of this that I don't have to use as a comparison, but would have been a great comparison tool. to put up against the Runt 5. This is the Civivi Odium, another small knife that I really enjoy carrying. And definitely something that kind of goes along with the theme of this knife in a variety of ways. Microtech's Exocet. This is the Bounty Hunter, of course. A little bit of Star Wars nerd in me for sure. And it's even bigger than the Runt. And the Exocet is one of the smallest knives that I have that I really enjoy carrying. So if the Runt turns out to be, I don't know, it might take the record on that small knife that I love carrying. Here's also a fixed blade that I really enjoy. The Giant Mouse GMF1. And you can see, yeah, I kind of do like small knives. And I have a decent amount of them that I actually carry and enjoy quite a bit. So there's a fixed blade for you that is a little bit bigger, but still a small knife for sure. Just for fun, let's do this. Here's my Ridge wallet. That's pretty similar, right? And here's some keys. Let's do that too. Just to give you a little bit of a sense of scale if you don't have any of the knives that I just showed you. Now I'll show you some size comparison knives that everybody is probably familiar with to compare this to. That's the Spyderco Para 3. Here's the Para 2, or the Paramilitary 2, the PM2. And it's, yeah, ginormous compared to this little guy for sure. And let's see, what else do we have here? We've got a Benchmade bug out. Everybody knows bug outs, you know, and that is not what I consider really a big knife because it's so lightweight and yeah, but it still dwarfs the Runt. And here's a couple of other Protechs. Here's the Protech Malibu, which I love, one of my favorite knives, absolutely. And here, oh my goodness, well, this is, I was gonna wait and show this in its own video, and I still will later on, but this is the Protech Rockeye as customized by River's Edge Cutlery's Custom Shop. And yeah, it's stinking amazing. And unless you're offended by my enjoyment of University of Kentucky basketball, then you might not like it. But look how big that thing is compared to the Runt. I had to put that in there because it's so stinking big, and the Runt is its tiniest little brother. So there you go. There's 3 Protechs for you to check out. And one more just for fun. Here's the Microtech out the side, the LUDT. So, duh. The Runt is a tiny little knife. It really is. The smallest knife that I carry. I don't carry anything smaller than this. I have a couple of novelties. I have a really tiny Swiss Army knife that's just fun to have. Never, ever, ever do I carry it. But this one I have carried quite a bit, and we'll talk about that now. Obviously it's small. I'm 6'5", and I have pretty big hands. I can palm a basketball. And I still really dig this. And I'm kind of a firm believer that everybody can use a small knife or some small knives in their collection. I find them very, very useful. I go for them quite often over some of my larger knives. I carry this. I've owned the Rockeye longer than this by far, but I already have carried this more because it's just, I don't know, it's something about it being small and accessible and flip it open and go. I really, really dig it. It doesn't scare people. But for me, there's a lot of issues that a small knife kind of checks them off the concern list. The legal carry issue. Now, if you're in a place where you can't carry automatic knives at all, this is a no-go for you, right? But, you know, depending on how you see that. But if this is a place that just doesn't want you to carry a blade length of more than 3 inches, you're good. Or more than 2 inches, you're good. This is a sub 2-inch blade. You're gonna be legal in most places in the United States to carry this little knife. For me, typically a knife this small is not gonna be it's not gonna be like my primary carry, although I have carried it by itself quite a few times actually, and been just fine. Typically I carry one larger knife, and then I carry this guy in a different pocket. And that might be one of the reasons I take it with me all the time, because it's a great little backup utility blade. The ergos are interesting. We have to talk about that because it's so small. Some people are not gonna like how small it is. And I totally understand that as a guy with kind of big hands. I totally understand it, but let me tell you, get one in hand and check it out, because it fits. It's not gonna just like slip out. I think you're kind of meant to, even with the Wharncliffe, I can see where you can stick your thumb right on the blade and really get some good utility cuts out of this. Opening packages, this is one of the best knives I've ever owned, as just a great little package opener. The ergos are great for a small knife, especially with no sharpening choil right there, or not much of one. You can't really choke up on it, right? But you can get all kinds of grips on it and have a firm grip. So don't worry about that if that's what your concern is. If you don't like small knives and don't like your pinky hanging off the back, this is gonna be a no-go for you. So that's the only thing that I can say that you might not like about it regarding its tiny little size. Another great thing is this is not scary at all, even for an automatic knife. If you at the office and you flick this open to open a package, I don't think anybody's going to give you a hard time for that, or freak out, or think that you're about to do anything nasty with it. Fit and finish Protech knives are just fantastic. They're solid. There's no blade play at all. They lock up perfectly. The spring it's got a lot of tension. It'll even come back if you just barely let it go like that. And yeah, no issues at all. One time only I had some sort of issue where my lock was malfunctioning. They took care of it. They're easy to work with, great people. And yeah, can't say enough about fit and finish. This thing is fantastic. Let me give you another little bit of a close up here. Oh, it's dirty. Look at all that dust. It's because I've been carrying it. Whoa, yeah, here we go. One more little close up with the blade, so you can see that. Protech does not make junk. These guys are good. Made in the USA, absolutely. And then last but not least, just an undeniable cool factor with this guy. He's fun. He's so much fun to play with. Obviously, he's not a one-hand closing. You can do it. I've done it when I've had to, but wouldn't recommend it because of the strength of that spring. If you mess up, you're gonna have a knife reopening in your hand, probably flipping out of your hand in the process, and you might hurt yourself. So, or you might drop the knife. Don't do that either. My only complaint with this knife is now I want the blue Malibu. That's it. It's the only thing I can think of. I love this little knife. It is absolutely, it's one of my favorite knives now. It's perfect in every way if you can handle having a small knife. But yeah, because I'm a blue guy, I love blue for obvious reasons. Now I want the blue Malibu, and that's a little frustrating. Hey, hope you liked the video. Subscribe, give a thumbs up if you did, and drop any comments down below, any questions you got, and I'll be glad to answer them. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye.